Well, hello, my lovelies. It's Murky Meg here. It's Friday, the 2nd of December, and boy, oh boy. Well, the trailer for the Harry and Meghan docu-series has dropped. I just want to point out before we get into it, it says a Netflix global event, Harry and Meghan. A global event? My God, these two narcissists are amazing, aren't they? I'm going to talk you through still by still because obviously I can't put the trailer in here because it's copyrighted. And then afterwards I will discuss the fallout, the media, what's happening, my thoughts. So, frame by frame, it opens up with, why do you want to make this documentary? Lots of sad, slow piano music, very slow moving, very kind of almost mysticalness about it. And it's setting the tone. Why do you want to make this documentary? Now then, we're shown a selection of private clips, photos from their private collection. This one is Harry serenading Meghan with a guitar in a very picturesque, I presume it's somewhere in Montecito or wherever, but she's got that stupid hat again. Again, these are all private photographs. Then we have Harry and Meghan sitting on what looks like to be a jeep, presumably when they were in Africa together before they got married. It must be because that's the hat that she so gloriously wore. So yes, they're sitting on what looks to be the top of a jeep, both smiling, looking a bit coy. Then we have this one. It looks like California mountains behind them. Again, private photograph for the very privacy keen Harry and Meghan. Both smiling at the camera. It looks to be like a selfie with Harry holding what looks to be a flower. More silly nonsense from this couple, of them both jumping for joy. Again, I would probably expect that to be in Africa, looking at the boots that they're wearing, the hat that she's wearing, and I can't see wedding rings on either of their fingers. Shall we zoom in slightly? No engagement rings or wedding rings. It was Africa. Here we have Mr. and Mrs. Privacy sitting in their Frogmore kitchen after one of the last events that they did as a working member of the royal family, and it was the Festival of Music in London at the Royal Albert Hall, where she wore that kind of red capey thing. But here they are in their kitchen. Yep, Frogmore kitchen. Doesn't look that special, to be perfectly honest. I expected a little bit more. And again, another one. Oh, isn't this sweet? Kissing. Excuse me while I just go and vomit a little bit. Yeah. It's getting a bit tiresome now, isn't it? Bear in mind, while this trailer is going on, sad piano music is playing. Anyway, shall we move on to the next one? Just to prove how amazing their wedding was, we have a wedding picture, an unseen wedding picture. Just about make Mike Tyndall out there in the background. But look, they're spinning, they're dancing, they're just an ordinary couple in love. Isn't their fairy tale so amazing? Weren't we happy before they got married or when they got married? And then it all turned to absolute crock, didn't it? Here we have them sitting and smooching in a photo booth. Why Harry's dressed as John Lennon, I have no idea. And that picture on the right is giving me major deja vu because she's done this with nearly every single partner. Just look at these pictures. She did it with Trevor and she did it with Corey. And I think she did it with another one as well. It's weird. And then we have her with one of her dogs. Was that the one that she left in Canada? Not quite sure. But just chilling out with that hat again. Or is it a different hat? Don't know. Never know with her. But aren't they all so loved up and live a happy, normal life? Can you tell the sarcasm is dripping here? Oh, look, a picture of Meghan Markle. What's happening there then? She's doing a Diana pose, because that infamous Diana with the see-through skirt. I'm not going to comment on this one because it could get me into a whole load of trouble. But there's been a lot of speculation about this particular photo, and I really don't need to spell it out, do I? Again, I will reiterate that while these photos are going across the screen, that piano sad music, ding, 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 is still going. Ah, isn't that sweet? Look, another unseen picture of Harry and Meghan, Mr. and Mrs. Privacy. Why is she always in the forefront of every single picture? And then we have another one of her coming out of a pool with two dogs. Are they the Canadian dogs? Don't know. Are they rescue dogs? Don't know. But again, unseen pictures. This is all building up to a crescendo. I can assure you. It really, really is. Because in a minute, it's going to get dramatic. And it does, because it then says, no one sees what's happening behind closed doors. This is Harry's voice. And it was in the question is, why are you doing this documentary? No one sees what's happening behind closed doors. That is Buckingham Palace. That was when they were here, when they came back from Mexit. Because you can see this is Buckingham Palace, because one, it's been told in the news. And look, zoom in here. Look, it's an actual box that is by the door that says Your Majesty. That's them leaving, obviously being shown the door. It's symbolic, you see. It's symbolic of them being shown the door and kicked out. And then no one sees what's happening behind closed doors again. It's still, she's sitting there on her very wide-legged chair, looking distraught, looking at her phone with a Hermes blanket. That's $3,000. That's what the clincher is. That's what is pulling at your heartstrings. That's what people want to go, oh, she's really upset. What could be the matter? Terrible royal family, that's what. Of all the pictures that they could have picked, they picked this one. This one is the only unflattering picture of Kate with them in it, I believe. And it is terrible that they have used this picture in this trailer. It's malicious and deceitful. You've got Kate, William, Camilla and Charles there. It's very obvious what's going to happen in this documentary. They're going to portray her as the woman who stands alone. Bingo. And this photo proves it. Doesn't, but that's what they want you to think. There she was on the balcony for Remembrance Sunday. She's looking sombre because she had to look sombre, because it's Remembrance Sunday. But again, doesn't fit the narrative, does it? We then go, it speeds up a little bit, and it goes into the paparazzi shot, and it's kind of obviously giving you an idea of why they left the royal family. And then Harry says he had to do everything I could to protect my family. And then it goes on to show Harry lovingly saying goodbye to Meghan while she wipes a tear away. That's twice now she's been caught crying in this, or she's portrayed as crying in this. Victim mentality laid on thick. Then starts speeding up, showing pictures of the Jubilee going really, really fast and getting faster and faster. Why they're using pictures of the Jubilee, I have no idea. I found that quite... Oh, look, the paparazzi. Oh, look. And then this is the problem. It's the media, isn't it? It's the terrible, big, bad media. Yeah, the ones that hounded her. Then we have very quick succession, rapidly going through pictures from birth to adulthood of both Harry and Meghan. Now, it's funny that as these are flipping through, it's really fast, but there are 8 pictures of Harry and there are 12 pictures of Meghan. I know I'm splitting hairs a little bit, but yeah, there's a couple in there of Doria as well somewhere. She's going to pop up in a minute. But yeah, I had to breathe very, very slowly then because this has really, really angered me. Now, the next bit after the montage of photos is them head in hands, Harry with his head back in frustration, Meghan seemingly wiping away tears. Third time wiping away tears here. Sorry to be so blunt, but mocking is the only way I know how to deal with this, quite frankly. So yes, she's obviously wiping away the tears there. She's patting her cheeks. Yes, just patting them there. But yeah, they look like they're in some swanky skyscraper thingy. But yes, pressure's all got too much, hasn't it? Pressure has all just got too much. And they need to portray, all while being filmed, by the way, you know, always being caught on camera, having access there. And they said, this is Meghan's voice. She says, when the stakes are this high, doesn't it make more sense to hear our story from us? And then credits roll. What stakes, Meghan? What stakes are so high? You left. You got what you wanted. You got multi-million-pound deals. What stakes are so high that you have to literally spew your story everywhere? I get it, they have a right to speak out, but they also are very adamant that they want their privacy. They have had their say. They've been on Oprah. They've been on James Corden, or he's been on James Corden. She's been on Ellen. They've done multiple interviews. She's done multiple interviews with magazines. They've had their say for quite some time, and yet it still continues. Now, this has got a lot of people worried about what the docuseries is going to entail. But I'm not going to call it a docuseries. Let's call it what it is, shall we? It's a reality show. It's a behind-the-scenes reality show. And everybody's going, it's a bit like the Kardashians. Well, I say it's a bit like the Osbournes. Sorry, Ozzy and Sharon, I loved it, but Sharon or Meghan, Harry, But this is a declaration of war. There's no doubt about it. Everybody is saying so. And only the people that are actually sympathetic or drool over their every single word are saying, oh my God, Academy, it's amazing, it's amazing. Oh my God, they're going to dish the dirt. Oh my God. No, it's a declaration of war, especially dropping it when William and Kate are in Boston. Now, their spokesperson or somebody that's close to Harry and Meghan have already been speaking out on UK television this morning. Apparently, the news anchor coming from America that was speaking on this said on Good Morning Britain, they said, well, Harry and Meghan, I've been told by a source that they didn't have anything to do with the trailer release date. And I say, what a load of nonsense. This has completely obliterated everything. And it's all anybody could talk about. It's really, really frustrated me. And what's frustrated me even more is Omid Scooby. This is what he put out. He tweeted yesterday, if tomorrow is Prince William's Super Bowl, then here's your halftime show. Well, that just sets the tone, doesn't it? And a lot of royal reporters are taking umbrance to this because it's just admitted that they are adamantly stealing the show. And if you actually go onto Netflix, onto their YouTube channel, the trailer is there if you want to, but I have showed you all the links. But look, normally likes are turned off, you can't see them, you have to use a special browser to use them. But as of, it is now 11:38 in the morning on Friday, there is 14,000 likes and 92,000 dislikes. That's a ratio in itself. And some of the comments are absolutely hilarious. Honestly, it's just worthwhile just going to have a look and a little chuckle for a few minutes. The damage that this is going to do is shocking. And the royals are bracing themselves for trouble. Because we all know what happened with the Oprah interview. Is it going to be a rehash of the Oprah interview? Or are new details going to come out? Or could it be that the trailer is worse than the actual reality show? I'm not calling it a docuseries, I'm calling it a reality show. That's sometimes plausible. They try and really win with a good juicy teaser just to make you watch. Needless to say, I will be watching, unfortunately, because I think I need to give it my eyes and my voice, and I will be doing a video every single episode. There are 8 episodes. I will take one for the team. I'm sorry. I know that puts up the ratings, but I think to be a fair commentator, I have to watch it. So that's the trailer. That's what's going to happen. No release date has come out, although some people suggest it's the 8th. Nothing has yet been confirmed by Netflix. The media has gone into meltdown, saying it was deliberately timed to scupper William and Kate's Boston tour. It's an absolute mess. So obviously this is in their words, but once you actually see their story from their side, is their story truly believable if it's only just come from them and the royals don't have a right to reply? And let's not forget, in the Variety interview, Meghan had already been distancing herself already from this docuseries and lives Garbon, in which she said, even if it means it may not be the way we would have told it, but that's not why we're telling it. So that in itself, it's not our fault, it's the director's fault. Quick sidebar before I finish. Sarah Vine did an amazing piece in the Daily Mail and she actually referenced a moon bump within her article. So I want to know what you think. Have you watched it? Will you watch it? Have you looked at the comments because they're brilliant? And just your general thoughts on all of this mess. And what do you think is to come? As always, I would love to know your thoughts.
Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.